I got a match, dude, and she's hot. Don't blow it, dude. Do not over message. Trust me, it's gonna be one of the hardest things you're gonna have to do. I had so much fun last night. We should do it again sometime. Are you free tomorrow? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Try to keep it to the 80-20 rule if you can. You want them messaging 80% of the time, you're messaging about 20% of the time. Keep it short, keep it funny, and keep it interesting. Meeting online isn't weird anymore. We spent half our fucking time online. It makes sense. It's only weird if you make it weird. I personally prefer the faster paced dating apps like Tinder, Bumble, that give you instant gratification. Patience is a virtue, but I don't have that. Let's talk about how to become more successful on these dating apps. Your profile picture, most important thing. If you're a fucking dude, no fucking selfies, bro. Selfies and pouty lips are for chicks. First picture on your profile. Try to use a candid photo if you can. I find candid photos work amazing. If you don't have a candid picture, feel free to go to the park or the beach and have your friends shoot one of you. If you don't have a friend to shoot a picture of you, do what I fucking do. Throw your phone up on a tripod, set the timer, and do one of these. Group photos, try to stay away from them, but if you're gonna use them, put them towards the end of your profile so they know you have friends, you know? Girls on Tinder and Bumble, what the fuck? We're getting really fucking tired of seeing that picture of you in front of angel wings. Seriously though, stop it. Now your bios, you're gonna wanna keep it short and funny. Leave a little bit of mystery there. Remember, nothing dries up the vagina faster than a paragraph. I use this all the time, works great. Here we go. 40% sexy, 60% awesome, 20% ninja. And then below that, I'll put something like, ranked 4th in the world for snuggling. You can also even keep it shorter. Just put something like, no pit hair please. Or something like, confession, the Twilight films are loosely based on my life. These bios will put a smile on girls' faces, keep them interested, and have them messaging you first. Girls, honestly, I know you're 5'7" and you love to wear heels and you only date guys who are 5'11" and taller. That would be like me saying, I only like big booty hoes, so all you flat ass bitches, swipe left. I would never do that, or would I? Now once you match, you're gonna want to send a message. Remember, keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it funny. Do not get sexual. I find getting sexual doesn't really work that well. For me at least. I got a fucking beard hair. Here's some examples I use all the time. I get about 90% response rate. Remember, everybody who responds to you doesn't mean they're gonna want to go out with you. You shall be my wife. You shall be my wife. Here's another one that works fucking great. I'm sure you get this all the time, but you look like a mix between Fergie and Jesus. Now if it's a hot black chick you match with, switch it up a little bit, you know, have a little bit of fun. I'm sure you get this all the time, but you look like a mix between Beyonce and Jesus. 90% of the time works every time. Let's start a rock band. Can you learn the drums by Friday? Question mark? Remember, keep them non-sexual, non-needy, and keep them funny. Ladies on Bumble, please be more original than, how was your weekend? You don't respond to that shit on Tinder, we're not gonna respond to that shit on Bumble. Unless you're like super hot, then we're gonna respond. So after I've gone back and forth a couple of times, I get like a couple lulls or those emojis with the tears, I like to send something like, what's your schedule like next week? Let's grab dinner. Or, you plus me equals drinks. Or I'll message them something funny like, orange mocha frappuccinos, question mark, and maybe like a Zoolander gif, Giphy. What the fuck is it, a gif or Giphy? Never ask for a girl's number on these online dating sites. They get it all the time. I just offer mine up with something like, shoot me a text, smiley face. Old school smiley face though. Now once you get their number, you're texting, you set up a date, do not over text them. There's too many ways you can fuck it up. There's too many options out there these days with online dating that they'll just fucking ghost you. Oh, fucking ghost me. Who's fucking ghosting me? Why is she ghosting me? Now, if you get ghosted, here's some response bait you can use. Now remember, I personally don't like the response bait too much because it's a fucking uphill battle and nobody got fucking time for that shit. There's too many fish in the sea, but here we go. This could work for you. Well, it's obvious you were abducted by aliens. I hope they were the hot Brad Pitt looking kind and not the ugly green ones. If they ever return you, shoot me a message and then give them one of these emojis. Works great, they'll reply to you and you're back in. Hey, what's up guys? I'm here with my good buddy Matt and roommate. He recently became single and decided to give Tinder a shot for the first time. When he first started out, he wasn't having too much luck setting up dates, so I gave him a few pointers and let him know like what I told you that helps you out.
You told me something about creating a bio that's short and sweet. Try to add humor when you can. Don't over message. Read through your message thoroughly before sending because you can't unsend something. And always try and create an emotional response.
We've all been there where we've sent the message and we're like, fuck, dude, I sent the wrong thing. Like, she's not replying to me. And you start freaking out, right?
And then you show your buddy, and he's like, bro, wrong. Wrong
That's
move.
why he always shows me first, or I'll show him something if I'm not sure about you. What do you think of this?
Yeah. If you're unsure, pass it around to a buddy.
What else have I talked to you that's helped you set up dates, dude?
Yeah, the funny, non-needy openers were great. They've gotten me dates with girls I thought were far out of my league.
We're talking like the hot, like 10s, like the supermodel looking ones on Bumble and Tinder. You're like, what the fuck are these chicks doing on here?
Well, I don't know if they weren't supermodels, but yeah, they're hot.
What are some of the messages that girls will send you that are like extremely like unattractive on Bumble? Because Bumble, as you know, the girl has to send you a message first. It's a little different than Tinder. Some of this stuff won't work the same for Bumble. Bumble for me was more more personable. You want to say hi, how are you doing, how was your day? Chicks seem to like that more on Bumble. On Tinder, they won't even reply to those. So tell me about Bumble. What are some of the things that chicks have sent you that just as a turn off right away?
Well, I think it's funny that girls always want to an elaborate first message. They always want you to be witty and say something humorous. But I think 99% of the messages that I get from girls is just like, hey, it's really dry. Like, hey, how are you? How's your day?
How was your weekend? Right? Even if it's like a Wednesday, they're like, how was your weekend?
And so I'd like something a little more thought out than that even. But hey.
But if they're hot, we're gonna message you back.
Right? It doesn't really matter.
This is my friend Erin, and she's going to help us with the girl's perspective on things. What are some examples of some really attractive texts that you have received from guys?
Besides pictures of their dogs.
Pictures of dogs, we all know that girls love that.
We do. I just think funny. I just like a guy that's funny.
Humor goes a long way.
It does. Good morning texts are cute.
What if like it wakes you up in the morning?
That's not cute. But I'm a heavy sleeper, so it's okay. I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, they were thinking about me when I was still sleeping.
Is there any way a guy can know if a girl's interested in him just through text?
It's simple. They text you back.
See, because girls text me back, but I feel like they're not interested in me. They're just being nice.
Yeah, sometimes I do that.
Alright, so Erin, so tell me like what are some examples of like unattractive texts that guys have sent you?
A dick pic.
They don't like when you do that?
No, I'm going to screenshot it and I'm going to send it to all my friends. All of them.
See, I would think that it's like unattractive for a guy to like give a girl a bunch of compliments, like to be like, oh, you're so beautiful, or you're so funny, like when can we hang out again?
I personally think it kind of makes me feel uncomfortable sometimes because I don't know how to react to it. Like, I feel like if I'm like, oh, thank you, all the time, I feel like it's like conceited, like you agree, you think you're really pretty.
This like works for guys too, like when you get compliments on like no matter what it is.
You're
like,
so pretty.
No, but I'll get compliments and I feel like at first it's kind of like a little like you're like, oh yeah, I'm the shit, but after a while it just gets like uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you have this like attractive aura about you. Like I feel like a lot of girls would like love to have that. Is that something you've cultivated over the years or something like you were born with, do you think?
I like to think that people's attractiveness is more on the inside than like physical appearance. Sounds cliche, but physical stuff does fade away eventually, and it's all artificial, makeup, hair, and all that stuff. I've known girls that you meet them and they look like typical, like beautiful girl. You get to know them, they're ugly on the inside and they're just not attractive anymore. I've known girls that are kind of like, then you get to know them and you just, they have a great personality, great like soul, and they just become like beautiful to you.
I've like hung out with girls before where the more we hung out, the more I started to like who they were and the more attractive they actually became to me physically. Like I would notice like her features like that I didn't notice before. Like wow, like she has really nice lips.
Her unibrow. Yeah.
No, like I would notice like they have like really nice lips, or like you have like a perfect nose, or like I love like how cute is she when she does that. But before like I knew who she was, that stuff didn't even like come out to me at all.
Yeah, it's like inner. Soul.
You watching StevieApolloTalk?
Thank you for having me. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you fucking hated it.
Feel free to subscribe, leave a comment. Apollo and Erin out.